For a long time I was a roulette player, and then a taxi driver from a place in the center of Tampico. I met many people and witnessed countless events during that time. The city had no secrets to me. I knew its streets and its stories. However, and very to my regret, since I was a child I saw things that other people could not see. Shadows that went and came through the corners, strange birds that surged the skies, people who got on the taxi, with souls so black that could distinguish a rippling being behind them. I made myself the hidden one so that they wouldn't realize that I could see them. I could also observe light beings roaming the streets, and on the contrary, dark beings to whom light could not cross them. They were human forms that walked on four ends, mingling and mixing with people. Over time I got used to seeing those things, but I never felt as much fear as on an occasion. It would be approximately 10 at night and I was driving by the airport. When I arrived at the autonomous university, I leaned to see if I could grab a ticket. At that time it was common for teachers and some students to leave. I was lucky and immediately they asked me for the service. It was a young lady. She told me to take her to the Cascajal, in the center of Tampico. It was ideal for me. Since I was heading that way, my house was in the Morelos colony. During the journey, the young lady told me that she was a nurse and that she was about to receive herself, that she was from Naranjos and that she lived with an aunt in the aforementioned colony. I took the Town Hall Avenue, and when I left La Hidalgo, a cold chill invaded me. It was strange, because it was a sign that something bad was close, but the young lady had nothing in particular. When I got to Multimedios and went down to the colony, I stood in a dry spot when I saw the passenger through the rearview mirror. A terrible impression invaded me when I saw that the young lady had no head, she was completely erased. On the lid of the trunk was a humanoid being, crouched, black and without features. When I saw this I just let myself fall down and started going around the streets that fortunately were deserted by that time. The young woman spoke to me angry, but she did not want to turn. I drove for a few blocks trying to make that thing that I brought disappear. Finally, when passing through the parish of the Virgin of San Juan, just as that one emerged, it vanished before my eyes. I was sweating, and the young woman screamed scared, because she thought that surely I was going to kidnap her, for so many laps that I did. I turned to see her and she was complete. Without saying anything else, I opened the door and ran out into the streets. I tried to reach her but I lost sight of her in the darkness of a square. I perched in front of the parish and got in the taxi to go home. All that episode left me breathless and with a feeling of cold that did not go away until my wife swept me away. During the night I had countless nightmares. I saw that black being chasing me, and the image of the young Headless was quite terrifying. When I got to the morning I got angry to go to work, but thinking about the event of the previous night. Days passed and the sinister event I was forgetting. I went back to walking and avoided working very late, which was when I saw those things. One day I went to work. I stopped at an OXXO to buy a coffee, and when I left a news caught my attention in one of the newspapers. A fatal accident on the road. The main photo showed a truck made into pieces. I had crashed into the back of a trailer and the passengers had died tragically. When I looked at the newspaper and saw the news more closely, I felt an electric current running through my back. That's when I saw the photo of a printed newspaper reading credential. It was the same young woman who had taken the Cascajal days before. I had been decapitated in the accident. My head was crushed on the road by another vehicle. Some mixed chills with the desire to return. They made me sit in one of the dining rooms of the store. I thought about what I had seen and I miss being stuck in my taxi. That was too much for me. I went out to my house and I was locked up for several days. I never worked again at night.